Mark Hebert has been covering this storm in Bullitt County for us all afternoon.
And Mark was talking to Jim Anderson in Bullitt County in the Zonton area. Now, Jim had been hit by the tornado last year, and now his house has been swamped by the floodwaters. And Mark picks up Jim's story from there.
I'm Mark Hebert in Zonton in Bullitt County, where as you can see me, there's a wall of water coming over an earthen dam. Right behind me here, that's one holding pond, and the Zonton Fire Department officials are checking to make sure that that dam is not going to break. That holding pond above there holds 30 feet of water, and there are two other ponds above it. There are plenty of homes downstream from here, which means if that dam breaks, a whole bunch of homes are going to have a whole bunch of water in them. One of those houses downstream belongs to Jim Anderson. It's already been underwater. Anderson is blaming developers and planners and all the new shopping centers, roads, and subdivisions whose runoff water winds up in the stream behind his house.
It's caused by development where there's irresponsibility and lack of knowledge on the part of planning and zoning in Bullitt County, Jefferson County.
Anderson needs flood insurance coverage. It would cost him $865 a year. Guess what?
I didn't get it, and in fact, I inquired about it a month ago.
Meanwhile, Zonton firefighters continue to check the earthen dams that are failing upstream from Anderson's house. In the torrent flowing from the ponds above, a statue of the Virgin Mary, seemingly standing her ground against the work of God and Mother Nature. In Bullitt County, Mark Hebert, Kentuckiana's News Channel, WHAS 11.
Quite a sight there, and we hope that it helps, that anything helps the people who are trying to withstand these floodwaters and really watching the skies. And as you can see on our radar, watching those bright yellow and orange blips as they're coming across, because that's bad news. That is more rain.
What was one man's story, a very human story, and there are a lot of stories out there in Jefferson County and Bullitt County and Hardin County tonight and in all of Kentuckiana. Let's go to Donna Lacey, who is live tonight. She has been out in the Fairdale area. And Donna, have you begun to see any improvement, or as I noticed by your umbrella there, apparently raining again?
Oh, improvement is not the word out here. Rain's pouring down. You know, there's a sense of dread also pouring down on this Fairdale community. It's really bad out here, and it seems to be getting worse. And just a few seconds ago, if you will follow me here, we've seen a couple of boats move in. It's the two boats being hooked up to trucks here on this line, and I'm getting the sense that rescue crews are getting ready to go back into the neighborhood. Gentlemen, if I can ask you real quick, what are you getting ready to do?
We're going to do a little evacuation around Yorktown, I believe.
Something just came up or something?
Just
folks over
it's been planning.
Still in subdivision that need to be taken out. So we're going to take the boat from here and drive it down the creek here to get to the subdivision.
Thank you, gentlemen. Obviously, things are not getting any better here in Fairdale. If I can get the chief. Hey, Chief, can I get you to come over, Chief? I had a few questions to ask him, you know, because we were up in Sky 11, Julie was up in Sky 11, and in other parts of Jefferson County, the water had started to recede, but in Fairdale, even when there was a lull in the rainfall, the water did not recede. It's just staying concentrated in this area. Certainly the rain that's coming down is not going to help a bit. Got a lot of action going on, so it's not hard to get the attention of the chief. He's coordinating a multi-team effort out here. You know, they've got a command center in downtown Louisville, and the only other command center is set up here in Fairdale. That's just how bad things are here. You've got the Department of Disaster and Emergency Management out here. You've got Jefferson County Police, Jefferson County Sheriff, the Fairdale Fire Department. Chief, if I can get you to come over here, Chief. A lot of action. What's going on? I hear some emergency evacuations or something.
Well, actually, right now, we've got a LP tank we're concerned about over here off the outer loop that's floating right now. We're going to have to secure that at this point. We have two emergency evacuations that are going on in two different areas, but they're closely related. One of them's out of the back of the Scottsdale neighborhood. The other one's out of the Confederate Acres neighborhood, which they adjoin each other in the same ditch line.
LP tank, what's that? What kind of situation is that?
Okay, basically that's one of those large LP tanks that are supplies of liquid petroleum gas for a home or a mobile home. It's located over here at the government garage area.
What's the danger? What's the scare there?
The danger there is that if it gets broken loose, obviously it'll break the line and it'll leak. If it leaks and it makes contact with the source of ignition, it'll explode or catch fire. So it's a very big, high priority danger that we'll have to deal with. What we're going to try to do is we're going to try to have the boat in there because the water's so deep over there that we can't get the vehicles even in over there. So we're going to boat in, try to tie it down, and then move on.
The evacuations, are those serious situations or what? Are much the same like earlier today?
I'm considering every evacuation where we're called in is a life-threatening situation, no matter what the instance is. And if it includes medical problems, or if it includes a great fear of life loss with drowning, those instances are all considered equally as dangerous to me.
This just won't let up. You guys are not getting any break out here. And we know the rain is contributing to the already high floodwaters. But what is it about Fairdale that's not, why the water's not going down out here?
I think basically it's topography that we're looking at. We've got hills surrounding us. We're in a lower lying area apparently than all the rest of the county. And then the water is going to naturally collect here. It doesn't run off as fast as it comes in when it comes in at 4 and 5 and 6 inches raindrops. The timeline in which it started to rain, how much it rained, and the next time it starts raining again, because we have been getting some breaks, but they just haven't been effective.
Chief, I could ask you a million questions, but I know you're busy. I'll let you get back to the work that you're doing right now. Again, they're sitting in these boats apparently for a gas tank that's floating in one of the neighborhoods, and they're trying to grab a hold of that because it could present a dangerous situation, so they're going to get that. Can't walk in and get anything out here, so much water they're bringing in the boats.
Donna Lacey understood that the emergency evacuations, if I understood the chief correctly, Scottsdale and Confederate Acres, one in each Scottsdale area subdivision and Confederate Acres.
That's right. That's what I heard one of the workers out here say. Confederate Acres. Woo! Confederate Acres is a mobile home park that's out here.
Oh, okay.
They've been evacuating from there all day, Melissa.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, Donna Lacey. The boat works. They can take the boat down, and they're very concerned about LP tanks. And while Donna was talking, Gary and I were remembering back to that horrible flood in St. Louis a few years ago.
You covered that, and I remember South St. Louis, LP tanks float free off the pad that they normally sit on.
Right.
And you were there, and the fear is that the line that connects them will break away and the gas will go and it'll explode.
And
right?
it does cause explosions, and they can float into areas, houses, cars, anything. And once they make impact, there will be sparks, and because there's gas floating.
I remember it caused huge evacuations in South St. Louis. Whole neighborhoods were during the big flood.
So we are hoping that they wrestle that LP tank and get that secured. That is a very, very serious situation.
We have a weather update for you now, a warning in effect. Let's go quickly to Ken Schultz. Ken?
Well, we have a lot of active weather, obviously. We can continue to track this rain right now through the Louisville area. It's deposited about an additional 1/10 of an inch of rain. But of more importance is this particular cell here in McLean County. This one has been classified as severe. In fact, radar has indicated potential for tornadic development. Now, with a little bit more on that, we have Reed Yaden, who's in the weather office right now. And I believe, Reed, you do have the warning, just came off the wire. So
yes,
bring us up to date, sir.
That is correct, Ken. Tornado warning for McLean County in effect until 7:15 Eastern Standard Time. A possible tornado will be moving through or near Livermore, Kentucky in about another 5 to 7 minutes. McLean County on the storm tracker there is the single red dot that you see flashing in Kentucky there. That represents the area of the tornado warning. This area is about 40 miles southwest of Evansville now. This is part of an area of rather intense weather that we are watching very, very closely throughout the evening hours. And as we've been telling you, we have the potential, the computer models indicate the potential for some very significant rainfall later tonight here. So we'll be watching it very, very closely. Ken, that is the very latest from the weather office. Back to you.
All right, very good, Reed. Let's take a look at NextRad once again and bring it to you full screen, show you an area of moderate rain that has moved back into the Louisville area. Again, about 1/10 of an inch of rain has been deposited since it moved up in here about a half hour ago. This looks like perhaps it's going to give us maybe another 1/10 of an inch of rain thereabouts before it eases on past us. But then what's off to our west and southwest, that's the question mark, is back here. We're talking about Davis, McLean County. Here's Owensboro right here, this particular cell south of Owensboro, and it is moving in a northeasterly direction. This is the tornado warning that's in effect until 6:15 Central Time. This particular area of showers and thunderstorms moving to the northeast, and if it continues to hold its current intensity, its course, then it could be affecting parts of the Louisville metropolitan area within the next 60 to 90 minutes. So we'll continue to track that. We'll have a complete weather update coming up in just a few minutes. Gary?
Thanks very much, Ken. So it's not over yet. The storm warnings continue to fly around Kentuckiana. Our coverage of Flood 97 continues right after this break. Stay with us.